and welcome. I'm Parisa Shelton, and today we are going to discuss fit tips. What are some of the simple and easy things that you can do in the near future to maintain fitness in your body, your physical body, to achieve mental and emotional fitness, as well as gain the fitness needed to collaborate and help uplift your community and humanity at large. Thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoy. Our whole goal for today is to inspire you to get moving and keep moving. When we talk about our health and well-being, it is definitely easier or less energy expenditure to maintain health than it is to try to grasp and reach and try to get it back. Not that it's not possible, because in our practice, we do believe that anything is possible and all conditions can be reversed with the right type of tools and practices. So we want to motivate you not just to know certain things, but actually to do and to incorporate these practices that we're going to share in order for you to reach the results that you're looking for. How does that sound? And then also, thirdly, is to experience a mindset shift that propels you into a better version of yourself. One of the mantras that I personally say to myself every single day, and I write this out in my notebook, is each day, in every way, I am better, better, and better. So what can we do today, right now, in order to improve how we feel physically, how we feel mentally, emotionally, and how we connect with ourselves and our community around us to achieve better levels of fitness. I look and act like my mind and will. So what is your mind and will telling you? Where are you directing and putting your energy? And how are you going to carve out time to dedicate and improve yourself to a better version? We all know it. There is this connection between our minds and our bodies. And what we think about, we bring about. So all action is precursored by a thought. And the neat thing about being a human is that we have this ability to direct our thoughts. One of the founders of the whole self-development movement, his name is Napoleon Hill, and back in the 20s, he wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich. And in that book, he talks about the garden of the mind, the garden of the mind. And what he says is that if we do not tend to the garden of our minds, weeds of undesirable thoughts and actions will manifest. So what that means to me is that every single day, I need to do something to tend to the garden of my mind. And that is the question for you, is that are you willing to take time, to invest time? I was thinking about that phrase, take time, to dedicate to the garden of your mind, to give back and work your body, to feed your mouth and your body with nutritious and delicious foods. So that's the first question, is are you willing to make that investment in yourself? Most people are spending their health to create wealth. Fast forward, when you do that, eventually you will be spending your wealth to get back your health. It's a lot easier to maintain your health on a regular basis than it is to try to go back and get it back. Not that it's not possible. Of course it's possible, and that is the foundation of our practice, that we have these tools that can reverse the aging process and reverse the disease within the body. But it all starts with the mind and the will, and acknowledging that connection between how our thoughts create our reality And what are you doing on a daily basis to tend to the garden of your mind? Literally 5 minutes first thing in the morning, focusing on the breath. There's a million different mindful music, whatever it takes to just simply direct, clear the palate, notice the thoughts. There's a lot of different ways that you can do that. But taking that time, investing in yourself, noticing that mind-body connection, paying attention to the thoughts that you think, paying attention to the words that you speak, and then noticing how that ripples into the actions that you take throughout the day. Fun exercise that we're going to do next, which is the mental screen exercise. And it really has to go, it goes back to that mind-body connection. And if you have a piece of paper and a pen handy, I'd like you to grab that right now as well. Uncross your legs and uncross your arms, okay? Point the toes forward. Gently tuck your tailbone and tuck your chin and elongate through your spine. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Simply allowing for the thoughts of the day to settle. Do that again a few more times. Inhale, long and slow. And exhale, let something go. And again, deep breath in. And a long breath out. This time we're going to inhale through the nose for a count of 3. So you're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, and then exhale out through the mouth for a count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold the breath out for a count of 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 more times with that same pattern. Inhale, count of 3. Exhale, count of 6. Hold the breath out, count of 9. One more time. Inhale, count of 3. Exhale, count of 6. Hold the breath out, count of 9. Keeping the eyes closed, feeling the breath. Then with the eyelids shut down, we're going to lift the eyeballs slightly and look up to the bridge of the nose. So the eyelids are closed, but the eyeballs are lifted slightly, looking up. And now in front of you, I want you to visualize a blank screen, like a movie screen, almost as if you're sitting in a movie theater. And on that screen, visualize a beautiful and relaxing place that you've been before. A place where you felt deep peace, you felt ease and relaxation, filling all the cells and tissues of the body. It could be the seaside, or a forest, a mountaintop. It could even be your own backyard, a place where you felt ease and relaxation, filling all the cells and tissues, feeling yourself relax a little bit more, a little bit deeper. Now on the screen, I would like you to picture your current fitness status. See an image of yourself, noticing the shape and structure of your body, noticing the posture, noticing the thought process, noticing the relationships. Notice your closest relationships. And then as you take a mental image of yourself, pick one specific thing that you would like to transform or transmute. Focusing on one specific thing that you would like to transform and transmute. Then with the eyelids closed and the eyeball slightly lifted, shift your eyes 20 degrees to the left. So now we're looking 20 degrees to the left with that specific project in mind. Visualize a simple and single action step that you can take towards that one specific challenge. What is one simple thing that you can do in the near future towards the specific project in mind? Notice who's involved, notice what's involved. Something simple that you can do in the near future towards a specific project. And now we're going to shift our eyes 180 degrees so that the eyeballs sit all the way in the corner of the left eye socket, looking all the way to the left. Now I want you to visualize this time the desired result. When your fitness goals are met, you have the dream body, you have the emotional wherewithal, the beautiful relationships. See yourself as you look to the left. Feel the emotions of success and victory. That feeling of achieving and accomplishing your goals. Notice how that feels as the eyes look to the left. And then let's bring it back to the center with the eyeballs, looking back up at the bridge of the nose. See the screen in front of you and come back to that beautiful, relaxing place that you've been before. That place where you felt ease and relaxation, filling the cells and tissues of the body. And in a moment, I'll count up from 1 to 5. And when we reach the number 5, we'll open our eyes, feeling refreshed and rejuvenated, feeling better than before as we are aware that the solutions are flowing to us. 1, coming back into the space around you, feeling the fingers, maybe wiggling the toes a little bit. 2 and 3, getting ready to open our eyes, feeling better than before. 4 and 5, the eyes open, feeling wide awake, refreshed. Wow, how was that? How was that? Did we solution solve? Let's type in the chat below. What was some of the goals that you set for yourself? What is the challenge and what is the goal? Where did you see yourself? Oh, thank you, Camille. Felt great. Yes. Yeah, so you can see that specific mindfulness practice, which is actually taken from the Silva method, the Silva technique, where we first close our eyes. This is something you can do in the morning. See the screen, go to your beautiful, relaxing place, then visualize a specific challenge or obstacle, project, if you will, because in this scenario, we are transforming our problems into projects. Because of the pliability and the elasticity of the body, you really have the ability to change and transform yourself every single day. It comes back to the mind and the will. So you want to visualize and see that relaxing place. You You bring one specific challenge or project to mind. You shift your eyes 20 degrees to the left. One simple thing that you can do. Sometimes it's one specific thing to stop doing. So for example, if losing weight is one of your objectives or goals, then perhaps stopping eating at a certain time, say anytime after 7 p.m. or anytime after dinner, a food curfew, which is something that we practice and that is very, very helpful. Something that you either start doing or stop doing, like start exercising more and stop eating so much. And then finally you bring your eyes all the way to the left, and that's where we visualize the desired outcome. 10 weeks of eating less and exercising more, and you will have a whole new shape and a whole new level of fitness. But it's really finding those tools and getting on a program. That's what we're going to talk about next, is how can we get on a program and really support each other. Make time, take time. Who lives by their calendar? I know I do. If it's not on the calendar, for me at least, it's not going to happen. So that is the question to you right now, and you can type it in the chat. Where on your calendar are you carving out the time to do regular workout, some kind of movement program? It doesn't have to be long, 20 to 30 minutes a day, up to 60 minutes. Some people who like to work out a lot might even do 2 hours, but we're going to start small. So what are the days that you are committing to regular exercise? Go ahead and drop that in the chat. We want to know. So what are your days? And that's like an appointment with yourself. When you have an appointment with a client or a meeting with your boss, do you miss that appointment? No. So it's the same thing with this exercise schedule. You put it on your calendar and you don't let anything get in the way of that time for yourself, because that time that you put into yourself allows you to be a better person so that you can give to your inner circle, your community, and those around you. You have the resources available to you, and now it's just a matter of pulling out that calendar, getting it on the schedule, and then adhering to that schedule. Because there's studies that show that when we write things down, that we are 2 to 3 times, it's probably more than that, more likely to get it done than if we just say, yeah, I'm going to work out tomorrow sometime. So putting it on the calendar is going to increase the chances of you showing up ultimately for yourself. Talking about results and getting things done, an accountability partner. So for example, if you sign up for a class and we're expecting you to be there, the chances of you being there are going to increase dramatically, as opposed to if I'm just planning on going on a hike and I don't really have the motivation to do it, I may or may not show up. So with an accountability partner, this is a friend or a colleague where you both commit to each other, that not necessarily to work out with each other, which by the way you can. Say you have a coworker or a colleague in the office, and instead of going to the donut shop for lunch, you guys are going to go take some walks around the block on that nice bike trail by the office, for example. Or it's somebody who you say, maybe meet in the chat here, you say, okay, let's make sure I want to work out 3 times a week. And we're going to check in on those 3 days. So you're going to call your friend and you're going to say, hey Pam, did you work out today? And Pam's going to say, yes. Did you work out? And you say, yes, I did. Okay, great. You both get a gold star. And you get that kind of uptake. You're like, yes, we both did it and we're reaching our goals. So having an accountability partner, or a check-in partner of this is the plan, stick with it and keep it going longer term. The purpose of that, again, is that you know what you're supposed to do, but knowing and doing are two different things. So what are some of the practical applications that you can take today with you in order to really apply this information and become the fittest version of yourself and really improve physically, mentally, emotionally, as well as our communication around us and within us. And so that's what the purpose of the accountability partner is to have someone that you can check in with on a regular basis to say, am I fulfilling my commitment to myself and to you, accountability partner? One of my biggest takeaways from the pandemic was how important community and human interaction is. And Zoom is great. I love this interaction as well. And at the same time, there's something about the three-dimensional face-to-face interaction that is really powerful. And so if you can get into a group that provides that container, then you are more likely to reach your fitness goals. Exercise, diet, and sleep. Okay, so if you want to change your body, those are the three main components that we need to hone in on in order to make those adjustments. Exercise, diet, and sleep. We were talking about exercise quite a bit, and towards the end, I'll share with you 3 of my favorite exercises that are simple to do and low stress exercise that you can do anywhere, anytime to create some movement in the body. What does a healthy diet mean and look like to you? And what are some of the things that we can do in order to maintain our fitness level? Well, I had alluded to it a few minutes ago, and one of the things that really works for me is that food curfew. And it sounds a little bit like food curfew. People who won the Nobel Prize in medicine prove that there is a body clock and that the circadian rhythms matter. And so because our bodies are so connected with our environment and nature, etc., not just what we eat, but when we eat. And the main thing with the food curfew is that having reasonable portion for dinner, after you stand up from the dinner table, nothing else passes the lips. Because a lot of times what happens is after dinner, we sit on the couch, we go for the sweets, and we put the food in our mouth, and we're just sitting there mindlessly stuffing our mouth while we're watching TV. And that is counterproductive to reaching our fitness goals. So a food curfew is one simple thing that you can do in the near future in order to reach your fitness goals. In terms of diet, it's not that you have to be, it depends on what the goals are, is what I'm gonna say. If you're looking to lose a lot of weight in a short amount of time, then yes, cut the carbs, cut the sweets, cut the processed foods and the junk. If you're looking to maintain your levels, then there's a balance between, because you want to be able to eat nutritious and delicious and not feel deprived so that you go on binges. Does that make sense? So of course, fruits and vegetables, number one, yes. And then, there's different schools of thought. Some schools of thought say no meat. Some schools of thought say yes, a little bit of meat is okay. So you have to just kind of check in where you are. But cutting down on the sweets and processed foods, yes, definitely for our diet and fitness tips is going to help us maintain fitness levels a lot more. The other thing is, if you are looking to lose weight, one of the things that is very, very helpful is to keep track of what you're eating throughout the day. And keeping track, because just that act of writing things down brings a whole nother level of awareness. Yeah, and there's lots of different ways of doing it, but exercise, diet is going to be a key component in order to achieving and maintaining your fitness goals. And the third component is sleep. So important, so important. Sleep as medicine, because sleep to the body is like the oven to dough. Okay, when we want to bake something, we put it in the oven and it comes out from dough to bread, or whatever it is, gluten-free bread, if you will, talking about diet. Sleep is so important because that is when the body repairs itself. That if you're exercising and working out hard throughout the day, and when you go to sleep, that's when the muscles grow and expand. If you're not sleeping well, your body won't change as fast. The other thing is that when you sleep, there's a certain hormone that's produced that is responsible for what's called satiation, that hunger response. So if you don't sleep well, then you are more likely to go for the candy bar. You're more likely to go for the cinnamon roll, the donut, etc. So having a good night's sleep is imperative to changing and transforming your body. It's the science of change: exercise, diet, and sleep. Now, if you're not getting a good restful night's sleep, that's another conversation that we need to have, and we need to look at certain things. Sleep hygiene, there's certain practices that you can do, rituals before you get into bed. Or some people get into bed and they fall asleep and then wake up in the middle of the night. There's different things that we can do in order to calm the mind and sleep restfully throughout the night. And that will change how you feel significantly, physically, mentally, emotionally, as well as communally. So make sure that you're going to bed at a reasonable hour. And when I say reasonable hour, you know, that 10 o'clock slot, 10 to 11, 11's getting kind of towards the late end, but that 9:30, 10 o'clock slot is that sweet spot where the body really just says, okay, this is the time. Making sure that you're getting a proper night's restful sleep in order to improve your fitness levels is going to be another one of those key components that you can incorporate and do your best. Be in nature, to literally go outside and connect with the trees and the plants. And if you're in a city environment, you know, whatever the drive is, 10, 15 minutes away, go up into the hills to a nice pond or a redwood patch. Connecting with nature helps with our fitness and our mental, emotional state of being in so many ways. So especially if you're finding yourself stressed and feeling like there's not enough time, watching how you speak, but if you are one of those people who are saying, I'm so busy, I don't have enough time, you are definitely the person that will benefit from getting out into nature, taking a pause, connecting with the space around you, breathing in the good air coming out of the trees, and then as you exhale, just feeling that stress and strife, leaving the cells and tissues, because the issues live in the tissues. The body remembers, and we, like I said in the beginning, we have this ability as humans to direct our thoughts. We can't control every single thought that we have, 20,000 thoughts in a day. We don't have 100% control of all the thoughts, but where we do have control is in the direction and where you put your focus and this ability to be aware of our thoughts. So when you do have a thought, go, gosh, I'm so busy. You catch yourself, I never have time to work out. I'm just too busy, work, kids, family, everything. I just don't have time. Okay? You catch yourself saying that, and you go take a pause. Wait a second. I need to make time because my health is important. Your health is important. If you're not giving back to yourself, then ultimately, what's the point? You're going to end up spending your wealth on your health. And our health is the most important thing that you have as a human. And it's also the one thing that we usually take for granted. The other thing that being in nature allows us the opportunity to is to develop that attitude of gratitude. Because when we can appreciate the goodness in our lives, when we can take a step and say, yeah, I'm busy, but nonetheless, this is my time that I'm making, and I'm so appreciative that I have this time to move my body. Thank goodness for this day. Thank goodness for this breath. Then what that does is it changes everything. It changes the whole course trajectory of the day and ultimately of your life. So get out there, be in nature, connect with the trees. Your body and mind will thank you. I couldn't do a fit tip class without suggesting 3 of my favorite exercises. And the first exercise is the squat. So if you're sitting down, let's stand up for a moment. And what we're going to do with the squat, see if you can see my feet. What we're going to do with the squat is take the feet about hips width apart, toes forward. Now, we want to be careful on the knees, so perhaps just slightly turn the toes out. Toes out slightly, knees gently bent, tailbone and chin is going to tuck. Now, a squat is one of the most functional movements of the human body because sitting down and standing up in our daily activities is one of those things that we do all the time. So pretty much what we're going to do is sit down like you're sitting into a chair. The knees come right over the center of the feet. You're going to sit down and then stand up. That's the squat. Try that a few times. Exhale, sitting down. And inhale. This time as you stand up, give a little squeeze to your bottom. Open the front of the hips. Sit down. Oh, and the other thing that helps is to smile. Nice big smile. So first smiling with the mouth, turning the corners of the mouth upwards. And then let's smile with our eyes. Feel your eyes smile. Get that nice little sparkle in the eyes. And then feel a smile across the front of the chest. Yes, and while you were smiling, we did 10 to 12 squats just right here, right there. Yes, one more time. Nice sit down, great functional movement, and stand back up. Point the toes forward, tail and chin tuck. Next exercise that I love coming from Qigong is called pulling down heavens. So you're going to reach the arms out wide to the side, and then imagine little magnets on the palm of the hands. Exhale. Feel a wave of relaxation. Do that again. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. And exhale, long and slow, just allowing for the thoughts of the day to settle. Feeling that excitement and zest for life as we reach our fitness goals. One more time, inhaling up. And exhale, just like that. Very simple, very nice. Okay, I promised 3, so I'm gonna do a little head circle, but first, bringing the thumb to the first 2 fingers. And let's go chin to chest, ear to shoulder. Gently roll the head back carefully. Feeling that space at the top of the spine and the base of the skull. If there's any tender areas, just spend an extra moment or 2 using the breath, the movement, and the mind focus to alleviate, open, and allow for your goals to come to fruition. And reverse the head circle other way, just letting the breath be nice and soft and steady. Let's do that one more circle. That feels nice. Chin to chest. Lift the head. Get that nice smile. Okay, I know I said 3, but I would just want to do a shoulder roll because it feels good. Shoulder roll up, back, and down, smiling with the face, the eyes, and across the chest. One more time, shoulder roll. Okay, top 3 exercises. Okay, that was literally 2 minutes. So feel how those 2 minutes make such a difference. And as you carve out that time on your calendar, you can apply many different movement regimes. The possibilities are limitless. We have your back here at Morning Crane, and we are definitely here for you. You can go on YouTube. There's a lot of options there, but the key is that you make that time, you invest it. Exercise, diet, and sleep. How are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being fabulous, and 1 being not so good. So let's hear it in the chats. How are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? We want to know, did those exercises open things up and help you to achieve those fitness goals? Because really that is our goal for you. Achieve and maintain the body, mind, and community that you were meant to have. And we all deserve to be happy, healthy, and free. Here's the summary. Be inspired. So our goal for today was to inspire you and for you to just reset the mind, adjust your will. You can do it. I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in you. That mental screen exercise, we practiced that where we visualized the relaxing place. We looked at the project or the problem. We visualize a single action step that we can take in the near future, and then we visualize the desired outcome. Okay, if you do that every single day, I guarantee you there's no way that things won't change for you. Yes, you will change. And then making that time for yourself, investing the time in yourself, because money, you can spend money, you can gain money. Time, we spend our time and you can't necessarily get it back. So how you invest your time and what you focus on is everything. Get an accountability partner, because it's proven to show that when you write down your goals and you have an accountability partner, you are much, much, much more likely to achieve and reach those goals. We looked at the science behind exercise, diet, and sleep. We talked about the importance of being in nature, connecting with nature, and how important that is to our cells and tissues. And then lastly, we showed you a short mini 2-minute practice that you can do anytime, anywhere, and feel better instantly, and giving you tools to up-level your fitness physically, emotionally, and our community goals of how important it is to maintain individual health so that we can then go out there and be the best versions of ourselves and to give back to humanity and to society at large. So thank you so much for your time and your energy. It really means the world to us. Hope you have a wonderful day and know that the solutions are flowing to you. May you be at peace, and namaste. Mwah.